Hey folks, John from Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. See what I did there? Here we go. All right. I had to sling that one out there the first time to see how it actually sounded. What do you think? I think it sounded pretty good. Well, one of the questions I get, guys, a lot on this thing is the trigger pulls of these weapons. We're having a lot of people that are actually getting these, but they're saying that they're having a hard time pulling the trigger on these right out of the box. So what I went ahead and did is I picked up this Wheeler Professional Trigger Gauge. Check that out. And what this is going to do, it's going to give us the ability to check the trigger pulls on every one of these weapons whenever we do one of the reviews on them. And the one that I am particularly curious about, guys, is the new Byrna. Because the Byrna, you actually have to puncture and pull at the exact same time. Since you don't have a safety anymore, you have to do it that way. So I am curious to see what kind of trigger pull we get out of that one. But let's go ahead and take a look at our little trigger digital gauge here. And I have not even opened this yet, guys, so we are doing it together. All right. By the way, I know you're looking at Stumpy here. You got to love this, right, man? I'd be lying if I say I didn't love my job, that's for sure. All right. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Now, I have no idea what to expect. Oh, a case. Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and get that case there. Let's see what we got in there. Oh, check it out, guys. So that is our Wheeler digital gauge. And I honestly have never, oh, there you go. So this pulls up. There you go. And I'm assuming this goes onto the trigger of the weapon. You would pull back on it and it will give you the reading in foot-pounds, I believe. But first, we got to put a battery in it. So let's see what kind of battery this thing uses. And we'll take it from there. Might help if I actually had a screwdriver instead of an Allen key. There we go. Always go to the fancy iFixit, right, guys? Okay. Those are really small, so I'm betting triple A. Yep, triple A. So let's go down here into our drawer. Get our AAA batteries. And pop them in here. And let's see what this thing will actually do. So, while I am getting this all set up here, guys, I wanted to let you know the snow peak. The video's done. You guys will not believe how easy this mod is. And more importantly, when I crack this thing open, you're not going to believe what it looks like on the inside. I actually had to kind of push my desk back and go, really? So hopefully that video, guys, should drop tomorrow night, if not the next night. You guys all know that I've been a little under the weather, and I am trying not to cough on you, so excuse my voice if it sounds a little bit strange. So, all right, so we've got our batteries in there, and as you can see, it's going to measure pounds and inches of your actual pull. Now, in order to do this fairly, guys, what I want to do is, they all are different when they're charged, obviously. Because right now, pulling that trigger, there's no tension, guys. You guys can see that right there. There's no tension whatsoever. So if I put the trigger gauge on there, there we go, and I place it on the trigger, like so, and I pull it, that's pulling at 1 pound, 11 ounces, all right? But when it's charged, obviously you're pulling against the bolt, which is more pressure. The one that I get the most complaints out of is the TR50, and I'll tell you, the reason for that is because on this one, you're simply pulling back the bolt, and that's causing the trigger mechanism. On this one, you're pulling back a lever and a bolt and a switch and an advancer for the drum. It's pulling back a whole lot more stuff. So you can see, even unpressurized, what that does. We're going to give that a pull here. Hold on. I'm going to try to keep all this on Stumpy, but bear with me, guys. I have never used this thing before. So, all right. So putting it on the trigger, pull back till we get a click. So 7 pounds, 6 ounces without a cartridge in it. So you guys can see how heavy that actually is. All right. So what I want to do is we're going to go ahead and put some cartridges in here. We're not going to get too crazy on this, but while we're doing it, guys, I do want to remind everybody here, when you're putting your CO2 cartridges in on these, do not over tighten your cap. Guys, there's a big thing going on right now in the Umarex world of people that are over tightening these caps and breaking the seals on those internal CO2 chambers. So you screw this till it stops. That's all you need to do, all right? That one's charged. Let's go ahead and unscrew our PepperBall Compact. And we're going to need an 8 gram for this one. we're going to steal one from the Byrna because I already put one in the Byrna. So, all right. Putting in our 8-gram cartridge. Here we go. Once again, guys, screw it down until it stops. There you go. And charged up and ready. All right, let's go ahead and do our TR50. Our 12-gram cartridge. Slider in there. Now, these are unmodified versions, but the truth is, guys, it should not matter either way. Now, in the Byrna, I already have one 8-gram cartridge installed in here, okay? And on this one, as soon as you pull that trigger the first time, it's going to puncture the cartridge and fire at the same time. So, these are unmodified versions. It shouldn't make a difference. Honestly, you're not dealing with a whole lot as far as the pull difference when you've got a modified versus an unmodified. So a modified should be real close to these results. So since the HDP50 is by far one of the more popular ones, let's start with the HDP50. All right, turning on our gauge. Guys, just gonna make a POW. Nothing is loaded. We're firing in a nice safe direction here, so don't worry, we're not gonna be doing anything crazy. All right, we're on our trigger and we're pulling. And that is 4 pounds, 7 ounces. All right, so let's clear that. And let's do one more. Pulling. 7 pounds, 4 ounces. Now, the reason I did this, guys, somebody told me that they were told by Umarex that the HDP50 had a 17-pound pull, which is silly. I mean, 17-pound pull, guys, would probably like dent this machine. But just to give you an example, that's what they were saying. That's why the whole reason this video exists right now. All right, once again, putting it on the trigger, pulling it. 8 pounds, 1 ounce. All right, so we're going to assume we're going to be in that 7 to 8 pounds on that one. Let's go ahead and check our PepperBall Compact. Let's clear our reading here. There we go, and pulling. 5 pounds, 13 ounces. Clearing it and firing. 5 pounds, 5 ounces. Clearing and firing. 4 pounds, 15 ounces. Clearing. I'm going to go real slow on this one, guys. 5 pounds, 1 ounce. All right, so lighter than the HDP50. So you were talking about in that high 4, low 5 range. Not bad, right? Now, the TR50. This is the one we get the most complaints about. This one I'm actually kind of curious about. So, we are charged up. We're going to clear. TR50 going in. Here we go. Pulling trigger. 7 pounds, 12 ounces. Clearing it. In we go. And pulling. 8 pounds, 5 ounces. And clearing. And pulling. 6 pounds, 15 ounces. So guys, there is no 17-pound pull, okay? You saw it. We're talking 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. Yes, it is harder than the other ones, and yes, it is the hardest one so far, but it is not 17 pounds. So that's where you're looking at on these. Now, this one I am curious about, guys. The Byrna, because of the inner workings of this, you do have to squeeze this trigger. I know this because I've pulled this trigger before. Guys, I'm actually wearing my extended version here. Let's go ahead and let's try this. This ought to be interesting. All right, holding the Byrna on the trigger, and here we go. All right, first shot, 11 pounds, 14 ounces. Now, if my theory holds correct, the next shot should be less. So let's try it. We're going to get her on in. Let's clear our reading. Right, hold on. Clear the reading. There we go. Get it up in there, and here we go. 6 pounds, 12 ounces. Clearing the reading. And one more time. Here we go. 7 pounds, 5 ounces. So, the theory was correct. The first one out is about a little under twice as hard to pull in order to puncture and fire at the same time. And also remember that on that first shot, you are losing 50% of your velocity. You probably heard the difference in the sound of the shot. So firing this on your first shot, you're going to get half velocity, and then it goes back to full. The first pull is twice the pull strength, and then it gets lighter as you go along. So that gives you an idea of what we're talking about. Now, guys, in the future and in all videos, this meter is really awesome. It wasn't cheap, but it also wasn't very expensive. In fact, I probably should have added this to the channel a long time ago. So we're going to use this for all future videos that have to do with reviews on weapons, including that Snow Peak, which will be the next video. We'll throw this on the Snow Peak too. So to give you an idea. So in order of difficulty to pull, this was the lightest by far out of the box. HDP50 was second. TR50 was third. And the Byrna, the mighty Byrna, was the hardest to pull out of the box for obvious reasons. You're puncturing CO2 and you're firing. But then, after that, it kind of fell right in the middle. So once you fired that first shot, it was right in the HDP50 range. So yeah, just the first shot's the hard one. And even that, guys, was 11 pounds. We're not talking 17 pounds. So I'm not sure where they got that information, but it wasn't quite correct. So, all right, guys, so thank you so much for watching. That other video on the Snow Peak should come up tomorrow. Cross your fingers. And then the NPDD grenades will be in stock. I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek. Don't, hold on. All right, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Okay. You want to sneak peek? Okay, hold on. Give you a little sneak peek here. Hold on. Here we go. I'm not saying. Here we go. I'm just saying. Oh, okay, that's all you get. Check back in a couple days. I'll give you the details. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.